Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Rob.
And this is Ask Rob and Rob.
Welcome to Ask Rob and Rob. Nice and predictable. 2 questions, 2 answers. The show works really well as long as you send your questions in. So here is how you do it.
It's super simple. Just go to this one place and you have many options that will open up to you. So go to propertyhub.net/ask. There you can leave a message directly via your computer or mobile phone. You can go old school and call us. Or if you want to see your question potentially in print in the Sunday Times, well then you can get your question into us that way as well. We do not mind as long as you have a good question, and luckily Alan has delivered on that criteria today. Let's listen to his good question.
Hi Rob and Rob. My name is Alan from East London. I started investing in property recently and currently have 2 buy-to-let properties in Nottingham. Both properties are giving me relatively good yields, and I'm considering a 3rd, maybe 4th property in Nottingham in the near future. My question to you is, do you recommend I put all my investment in one city, or perhaps look at diversifying my portfolio and in a way reduce the risk of my entire portfolio being downvalued should there be a property price crash in Nottingham by investing in property in other areas of the UK instead? Your advice would be much appreciated. Thank you.
Thanks, Alan. Congratulations on the success that you've had so far. It sounds like you're making really good progress with your portfolio. This isn't a straightforward answer. It might have been if you said you were from Nottingham and you were investing in Nottingham. But as you are currently in East London and you're investing elsewhere, I think it changes things slightly, and I'll explain why. If you lived in Nottingham, then you'd have the advantages of everything being close to you. You're lucky that it's a top city to invest in right now, and you could carry on building your portfolio there. And I wouldn't challenge you too hard about building your portfolio there, because Nottingham is one of our hotspots. We truly believe in it as an investment location and think you can do very well there. You can diversify within Nottingham, more on that in a moment. But before I talk about that, let's talk about your actual situation, being in London, investing further afield. With that in mind, the systems and processes that you've had to put in place to be able to do that mean that you can really invest anywhere. You might want to diversify. Now, you don't have to go wild. You could just go to Derby, for example, another hotspot of ours, which is just down the road. That will give you some diversification. It will get you a different type of investment. But the contacts that you have in Nottingham probably could operate for you in Derby as well. I don't think you'd have to change too much to do that. And then you are starting to diversify. As you build your portfolio out, some diversity is useful. But you can achieve that in different ways. So I've talked about moving to another nearby town or city. But other ways you can carry on investing in Nottingham and then have that diversification is change the type of property that you invest in. So if you've currently only done houses, then consider flats or apartments, and vice versa. If you've invested in one particular area, then move to another part of the city, or maybe a commuter area into the city. That's another way of getting some diversification. Or if you currently target students, maybe go for professionals next time. There are different ways to achieve diversification. Universally, in the investment world, it's agreed that diversification is a good thing, and you can have diversification within property, and as you've just heard, even within the city you're investing in. So, Alan, I'm not telling you what to do, but hopefully giving you some food for thought so you can make better decisions moving forward. Good luck.
Okay, let's have our next question now from Pete.
Hi, Rob and Rob. My name is Pete from Warrington. Just want to say thanks for all the content and the knowledge that you've shared over the years. I owe 100% of my property journey to you guys. Got a few properties now, and I wouldn't have them if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you very much for everything that you've done for me, as I'm sure you've done for many others. My question is, I bought a property in auction 2 years ago with a tenant in situ. The idea was to keep him in there whilst doing the refurb, then maybe increase his rent a little bit and just keep him there. But fortunately, my circumstances have changed and I'm forced to have to sell the house. So I'm in a position where I'm ready to issue him a Section 21 and ask him to vacate the property. My only sticky part of the problem is I never got him to sign a new tenancy agreement when I bought the house. So he's still living on the existing tenancy agreement with the previous landlord. Am I in trouble if I issue him a Section 21 now, given that I haven't got anything signed with my name on it? Or will he still be bound to the previous contract despite me not being on that contract, if you know what I mean? A little bit of a tricky situation, because if I need him to move out in the next couple of months, let's say, might have to get him to sign a new tenancy agreement which means he's got at least, 6 months. So, yeah, any advice you can give me on that would be great. And, look forward to hearing your answer. Thanks again, guys.
Pete, thank you for your question. And let me put your mind at rest. Because when there's a change of landlord, the previous tenancy agreement continues to exist. You effectively step into the shoes of the previous landlord. So the tenancy you have is perfectly valid, and you can bring it to an end in exactly the same way as you would if it were your name on there. So that is good news. There is, however, one potential wrinkle that you'll need to put right first, which is that there's a requirement within the first 2 months of taking ownership that you notify the tenant of the new landlord's name and address. So you may have done that, in which case, all good. If you haven't, then obviously the 2 months have passed now, so you can't go back and do it in time, but you should do it before you start Section 21, because if the tenant was minded to try to contest it and kick up a fuss, that is something that they could bring up, and there's potential that if it ends up in court, the court may find against you. You can technically be fined for not doing it within the 2 months, but I wouldn't worry about that because you can't go back and change it now. I would just put that right by providing that information now if you haven't already. If you want to know more about this, it's a Section 3 notice that you can Google, but there is no set form to it, so anything that provides the information is fine. So Pete, hope that helps, and good luck.
Good luck, Pete. Right, that's us done. We have achieved our simple format and answered 2 of your questions. We'll be back same time, same place next Tuesday answering more of your questions. Of course, you can see us in the Sunday Times this Sunday, where we'll be answering more of your questions there. And of course, we'll be back with the main event, the Property Podcast, on Thursday. So until those glorious, momentous events occur, take care, have fun. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.